Right, let's look now in this video at the part 1 topic of staying up late. And here are the questions. Do you sometimes go to bed late? What do you do when you stay up late? How do you feel when you've stayed up late the night before? Okay, let's take the first question here then. Do you sometimes go to bed late? I would like to know your answer. Go ahead. Do you sometimes go to bed late? Okay, thank you. Good. That's a good answer. Now then, here's what I might say. Do you sometimes go to bed late? Now and again, yes, but by and large, I tend to hit the sack quite early. I'm usually an early riser because I find I'm much more productive in the mornings. Okay. There's my first answer. Now here, I'm saying this is a yes, right? Do you sometimes go to bed late? Yes. Now and again just means sometimes. It's a nice expression. Now and again. Notice the and becomes an. Now and again. Now and now and again. Now and again, yes. But by and large, right? Overall or generally speaking, by and large, I tend to hit the sack quite early. Hit the sack. To hit the sack is a colloquial expression, as you can probably guess, meaning to go to bed. I go to bed early. I hit the sack early. And the nice use of tend to, right, which is kind of a habit I often do, or I usually do it. I tend to hit the sack quite early. Notice the rhythm. I tend to hit the sack quite early. Great. I'm usually an early riser, so somebody who gets up early is an early riser. And notice the use here of much, right? I'm more productive. I'm much more productive. It's a really nice emphasis on the comparison. I'm much more productive in the mornings. Great. Now, it may be that do you sometimes go to bed late? It may be that you often go to bed late. So here's a possible answer for the opposite situation. Do you sometimes go to bed late? Yes, actually, I tend to stay up until the early hours. I just enjoy the peace and quiet when others have gone to bed. For me, it's a great time to get things done. Right. So yes, actually, again, I tend to stay up until the early hours. The early hours is from midnight to 6 a.m. It's kind of the early hours of the morning. So if I stay up until 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, I stay up until the early hours. I enjoy the peace and quiet. You notice this something and something, the binomial. It's very common. It's really nice to use. I enjoy the peace and quiet when others have gone to bed. It's a great time to get things done. Get things done. Get things done. Nice. Good. Let's have a look at another question. How do you feel when you've stayed up late the night before? Well, again, two possibilities. Maybe you feel great, maybe you feel bad. Let's have a look here at the two different possibilities, okay? How do you feel when you've stayed up late the night before? Well, if I've stayed up late and I need to work the next day, I usually feel a bit tired and groggy. You know, if I don't get at least 7 hours sleep, I usually feel out of sorts. So the first thing to notice here, I guess, is the conditional, right? It's the mixed conditional, the grammar. If I stay up late, I feel tired. That's the basic conditional. If I stay up late, I will feel tired is another possibility, right? If I do this, this will happen. But also we can say, if I have stayed up late, I will feel tired. We're mixing conditionals. It's perfectly fine. It's actually showing good control of the language. If I have stayed up late, I will feel a bit tired. And the reason here we're using the present perfect is because it brings this kind of past habit of staying up late to the present, right? There's a connection with the present, and it makes it very clear and vivid for the examiner. If I have stayed up late, so something that you may have done in the past, showing the result in the present, then I feel or I will feel tired. So it's very, very nice. You can use this present perfect with will. Yeah. Well, if I have stayed up late and need to work the next day, I will usually feel a bit tired and groggy. Groggy is a bit like when you're dehydrated, maybe you have a headache and you just don't feel good, right? You feel tired and no energy. That's groggy. Tired and groggy. You know, it's just a nice connector. If I don't get at least 7 hours sleep, I usually feel out of sorts. Another conditional, if I don't do this, I feel out of sorts. It's a classic zero conditional. If this happens, right? If I don't get enough sleep, I feel out of sorts is to feel not yourself. You don't feel normal. You don't feel well. It's a little bit like I feel under the weather. So I don't feel very well. I don't quite feel like me, right? I feel out of sorts. Nice expression. Let's look at another answer, the other way around. So, question, how do you feel when you have stayed up late the night before? To be honest, mostly I'm fine because I'm used to it. So long as I get around 6 hours sleep, I don't feel too tired or sleepy. I just get myself a strong coffee first thing in the morning and I'm good to go. Right? So some nice connectors, to be honest, mostly, overall, by and large, nice kind of hedging connectors. I'm fine because I'm used to it. So long as is the conditional, right? Provided that, or on the condition that I get this, then I don't feel tired. Notice the pronunciation, not so, but so. So long as. So long as. It's almost like an Arabic name, so long as, or a Portuguese name maybe, so long as. So long as. Hello, so long as. So long as I get around 6 hours sleep, I don't feel too tired or sleepy. I just get myself a coffee. I just do that. Again, it's a very natural way of taking the emphasis away or being softer, right? I get a coffee. It's quite direct. I just get a coffee. It's quite soft. British and English, we like to be very soft and indirect in our language, right? I just get myself a coffee. First thing is the first thing, but it's a nice expression. So first thing in the morning, I do that. I need to see you tomorrow, first thing, right? It means the first hour in the morning. And I'm good to go means I'm ready to do what I need to do. I'm ready to work. I'm ready to start the day. I'm good to go. It's a nice expression. It sounds quite catchy, right? I'm good to go. Notice the D from good drops because we have the T and the tongue is in the same place. The D and the T, the tongue's in the same place. So we don't say I'm good to go. No, just drop the D. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. Great. Are you good to go? I hope so. That's it. We've looked at 2 different questions here for the topic of staying up late.